Hello and welcome to my humble working space at home. I have not recorded videos under the series for youth empowerment, and my son was reminding me, he said, "Dad, where are these videos? I haven't seen them in a while." So forgive me. Been a bit busy, plus I thought maybe there are not too many people who are interested, so we didn't record any. Today I'm going to record possibly one or two videos and related to helping youth, again the focus on the young generation, teenagers 15 to 25, maybe young university student who probably have not learned, or maybe I would be surprised many of them could have learned, how to organize themselves. Although I've talked about organizing skills in an earlier video, but today I'm going to focus on tools that we can use on the PC or on a smartphone, like what you see being used here. And what I will show you is two tools, or maybe today we'll show one tool and then we'll show another tool later on. And again, forgive me, I'm sure today is in the age of Google, probably a lot of young folks, they probably know most of these tools. One of the tools I use a lot, and I mean by a lot, that means it's open on my desktop every day, all day, which is Trello. I don't get any commission from Trello, so this is not a commercial for them, and I'm sure there could be other tools out there. Trello, some people say it's a project management tool, which is really ridiculous. To me, Trello is a task management tool. So sure, on project we have tasks, so we can use it on project, but primarily is more for helping you create and monitor and handle your task without keeping everything in your brain, especially as you get older, but you're young, you can remember things. But even if you're young, we want to save some brain power instead of having to try to memorize every little detail in your life. With the age of technology today, you can save a lot of information on tools, and it will be there for you when you need it, so you don't have to keep trying to remember things all the time. So what is Trello? I know you will not be able to see clearly because this is not a software tutorial, but is more of an idea. Trello is a desktop tool, but is also available on smartphone, and then if you log in, it can sync between the two. It's a task management tool, and basically the way I do it, I can organize it into maybe a board, so you can have multiple boards. Someone like me who have a lot of work and a lot of tasks in different areas, I create multiple boards, and in a way every board is for a program that I'm managing. However, if you really only want to manage your basic personal tasks, then you can create one board. And then within that board, you can create lists. And what you see here, these columns are what they call lists. Let me try to zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. So these columns are lists. And you can create a list for everything you do at work. For example, maybe you can create a list for schoolwork. Maybe you can create another list for personal activities. Maybe one for vacation. And the idea behind this is the way how I use it. Every time I think of something that should be done, today, tomorrow, or maybe a year or two from now, like even my passport renewal dates, which could be 5 years from now, I put it there so I don't have to keep remembering. And then what you do, you create what we call as a card or a task. So basically, if I zoom in a little bit here, every one of these boxes, sorry, I should look on the other one. Every one of these things here, okay, is a card or a task. And on this card or task, you can put target date. Like for example, the board you see right now is my October priorities. So I put all my October priorities there and I have them on a date. Then I can have another view of this called calendar view, and it shows me what I need to do every day. So again, if I zoom in, you can see that every column here is what I need to do in a given day. Some of the recurring tasks, I do it and then I will shift it to the next day because I will have to do it again, and things of that nature. So the idea behind this, again, anything come to mind, a task that I have to do today, tomorrow, 5 years from now, I will put it there and I can have it organized by date. I have it organized by task. Of course, you can have, if you have tasks that are require more than one people, then you can invite those people, so you can have some tasks you can assign to others. And then if you put it into the calendar mode, then that's easy for you. So you might have 50 tasks, but instead of keep looking at them, you will have one every task is there. So whenever its due date come, it's here, it's shown, and you can even set it as a reminder if you want. Because I do this, I open it every day and all day. I don't have to put a reminder for myself. I just go look. For example, today is October 9. I will see what action I have to do. In this list today, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actions that I have to do. I will go with or follow them one by one. When I finish, if the task is complete, I will close it as done. If it's something that I need to do some more work on it another day, I'll move it to another day. I'll mark what I do. Because even within those tasks, you can create checklists. So remember, we have boards. Then within the board, you can create the list, which is a vertical column. Then you can have the card. And then within the card, you can set resources, assignment, attachment, target date, and you can even have checklists. So if you need to have, like for example, a task might have 4 or 5 items, you can put them there as well. If I show you my boards, I have probably 8,000 tasks. Some of them are active, like I have about 20 tasks active for October. And I have many, many more that are in future. Some of them may be low priority, some of them are high priority. But this way, by using this tool, I just free myself from having to keep remembering, when do I need to renew my passport? How about my driver license? How about my car registration? Or how about when do I have maybe a credit card payment? You don't have to remember anything anymore. You just put it there as long as you follow. Since we are speaking of tool and getting organized, let's take this opportunity and introduce you to another tool. I've helped my kid learn it, and it's a powerful tool as well. And in this case, many of you are probably familiar with the concept of mind mapping. In project management, we call it work breakdown structure. So, anytime I need to work on something, a project, a book, like what you see here, I don't know if you can read it, I will zoom in a little bit, is for a book that I'm working on right now. In school, you can basically create one for your school work, and then you can, let's say you're taking 5 subjects, then let me zoom in a little bit. So basically the center will be schoolwork, and then you will have each one of those elements coming out from the center, maybe a subject. The nice things about this is that I can expand on any of these things. And I will try to show you. And then, of course, I can expand even further, and I can add as much detail as I want. So basically, even when you want to write an essay in school, okay, what we've learned in school, when you want to write an essay, what do? Well, you start with, you need to have a start and an end, and then a body. And in the body, you might have 3 subjects or 10 subjects. In this case, I'm working on a book, and this book, let me zoom in, but not too much. In this book, which is called Managing Micro Project, I have the front matters up here. Then I have section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, section 5. Then I have appendices and end matter. And then, of course, under each section, there are chapters. So basically, if I extend on any one of them, like for example, let's extend on this one, and maybe move the screen a little bit so you can see it. You notice in this case, we have, what, 7, 3, 4, 9 chapters, I guess. Oh, no, I don't know how to count anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chapters in this section. And then, of course, I can even plan it further. And then I can have, under each chapter, I can have the section of each chapter. Basically, what I'm trying to say is this tool help me plan anything. So this is a planning tool. You want to work on a project, small project or a big project that has tasks. Obviously, I can transfer tasks from here to there, but you don't have to use the tool for the same thing. So this is a tool I use for planning. Whenever I have a small project, writing a book to me is a project. Writing an essay, organizing a prom, organizing a party with friends, organizing a picnic, whatever you guys want to do, as long as you stay healthy and safe and stay away from alcohol and subject matter abuse, as we discussed in previous videos. You can plan. So let's say we want to organize a picnic. So you can organize, maybe you'll start with the core, and then once inside the core, you can have one branch for guests or invitees, one for food, one for transportation, one for whatever else that you have to develop. So this way, this is what we call it mind mapping. In a way, you're taking a big idea, and you break it down into pieces. Jokingly, in work breakdown structure and project, we call this how to eat a cow, if you're not vegetarian, of course. Obviously, as you break it down into pieces. Well, how big of a piece? Well, depend on who's there and how hungry you are. So basically, what we are saying here, obviously we're not eating cows. What we want to do here is that take a project, any project, okay, and then break it down. What will be the first major component? As we mentioned, picnic, yeah, invitees or guests, food, transportation, maybe logistics, maybe permitting from the park authority. Yeah, you can have these as 5, maybe 4, 6 sub-branches. Then you can take each one of them and break it down further, as long as you need it. You might have breakdown only 1 level, or you might go down to 5 levels, depend how complex is your work. So with this, I would conclude this video, which is really, I discussed 2 major tools that can help ease your brain, help you become, won't become smarter, but become more efficient in the way you do things, regardless what you do. Even as a student, I'm sure you have a lot of stuff to do, multiple subject to study, exam, homework, quizzes, registration for the next term. All of the stuff could be put on a tool like this to make your life easier, so you can have more time for fun and dating and enjoying yourself. All right? Have a wonderful time in college and in high school if you are still in high school, and learn to acquire the skills that will help you for a lifetime. Munir Ajam speaking. Until another video.